Hello everyone. So today I wanted to tell you that or share with you that I will be now creating videos on Tempo. Now on my channel I have covered a lot of different things in the last few years, and there are so many things that I talk about. Of course, my main objective of this channel, Ravi Sagar, is to basically share whatever I do, whatever I think I can share with you. And there are so many things that I do with Atlassian tools because this is my main profession. This is how I earn bread and butter and beer. And I think Atlassian tools is definitely going to be there for a while, um, because it is definitely a field where uh, you will find a lot of opportunities in case you're trying to maybe build your career. So because I'm a consultant, I of course help other companies to get the most out of Atlassian tools, uh, and that of course involves knowledge of tools like Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket. But there are of course various apps, and on this channel I talk about script runner, I talk about automation, I talk about advanced roadmap, I talk about EasyBI. There are a lot of things that I talk about, but in the last few years, ever since I started my channel, I don't really think if I ever covered Tempo, uh, which is uh, like one of the top apps that I like to use personally, and I also like to help my clients. Now, Tempo, if you don't know, is basically so I'll not be talking about just one app because there are a few apps that I will focus on. So we have Tempo Timesheets, which is basically a way to basically enhance your time tracking capabilities in the tool in Jira. So of course in Jira you can do time tracking, right? But it is very limited, and eventually you are logging time on the issue, which will work. It works for a lot of people, but in case you want like a proper timesheet management system within Jira, then Tempo is one such app which I have been using. So first of all, I only talk about those things that I personally have been using for many years, and there are so many things that I do. It is of course almost impossible to share each and everything, but this is of course an ongoing process. My attempt, like a regular attempt that I try to share as much as I can. So Tempo is one such app which, for some reason, I never really, uh, I never really got a chance, or maybe I think it is not massively complicated app to use, because I don't really want to talk about things that are quite straightforward when it comes to making a tutorial-based video. There are so many things that are quite obvious. Tempo suite of apps is, I believe, very simple to use, but at the same time, now a lot of people are moving towards cloud, Jira Cloud, and Jira is, I believe, more than I think it is more popular. It is now like lot as compared to the previous few years. I think the popularity has been increasing, and now it is definitely one of the most popular choice for issue tracking, project management in general. And when it comes to, let us say, any kind of project that you're running, you want to know about the time. You want to maybe enable your users to track their time properly, like a proper timesheet management system. So I will be talking about Tempo timesheets, number one, and I'll of course focus on cloud because I'll start with cloud because it is of course convenient these days, and I believe most of you who are trying to use Tempo, I'm sure you're on cloud. But don't worry about the server or data center version. There are differences. There are some similar. There are a lot of similarities. But if you can do things on cloud, it is of course not massively difficult or different on server data center version. But I will definitely cover that whenever I get a chance. But first, I will focus on the cloud version of the app. So Tempo Timesheet is one such app for time tracking, and don't worry about the features in this video. I don't really want to give you like a demo of the tool. I will of course go a bit more into the details of not only Tempo Timesheet but also Tempo Planner. So Tempo Planner is the one such app that I have been using for many years. Now in Jira, whenever people want to use a tool like Jira, they want to know how can I manage my team's availability or capacity, or how can I plan the work. Now Tempo Timesheets will give you the ability to, let us say, of course, we are talking about timesheet, but you will log, or you will be able to view your work or the time that you're logging on a timeline or in a calendar-based grid, maybe for a particular week, and all the things that are maybe within your scope, maybe all the issues that you're supposed to work on, maybe assigned to you, or maybe all the issues that needs your involvement. So you can of course have that view, and like multiple ways to log time and look at your work. But Planner is one such app where on a calendar you can plan the work for your resources, not only on a specific date but also on a specific time slot during the day. So it really is a wonderful app which I quite like to use, because if you're, let us say, a manager, I know that we all talk about agile, we all talk about sprints, but to be honest, in majority of cases, you just need a way where you can see and plan the work of your resources over the period of time on a timeline. That is, I think, a simple yet very effective way to manage your resources. And of course, we'll talk about it, how it works. And it is, of course, both Tempo Timesheets and Tempo Planner. Although they may seem difficult, but that is the best part about Jira and Jira apps. Majority of the apps are actually quite straightforward, and that is the whole point, right? You don't really, people move away from the legacy tools to Jira and Jira apps because it is lightweight, it is simple to use, and it works. And that is why, of course, I'm doing consultation because my job is to make sure that these tools work for organizations. And I will also talk about Tempo budgets, or on cloud it is known as cost tracker. Now, when you are dealing with time, I guess you want to know the number of hours spent on a particular project, or maybe for a particular team, or maybe for a particular resource. And in most cases, that time directly translates to money. Or let us say you work on a project, maybe you're working on some kind of, let us say, a budget, where you want to say that, okay, for this particular project, my budget is, let us say, £100,000 or dollars, whatever works for you. And you assign maybe few resources, and over the period of 3 months or 2 months or 1 month, you just want to know, based on the time log of your resources, based on their daily rate, how much budget, how much within your budget you are, or whether you're over your budget, or maybe you're somewhat on track. So cost tracker is definitely one such app. So I will talk about these three apps. Of course, I'll talk about these three apps separately in the beginning, but eventually we'll see how these three apps can work together and give you this ability to not only manage your times, your resources, time, or the work that you're supposed to do on your project for individual resources, but you can also plan their work. You can also have a way where you can ask your resources to submit timesheets, have approvals, and at the same time, ultimately, your goal is to make sure that you are able to bill your clients, or maybe you're able to figure out the cost of those resources working on your project or projects over the period of time. So this is something that I wanted to share with you today, because the way I work is, of course, I share things on my channel, and I think I make it a point to share something useful every day, because that is what I do. Every day I just spend 10 minutes. So this video is so far 9 minutes 23 seconds, and I just talk about things that I think I can share with you. And Tempo is one such app which I was not ignoring it, but at the same time, I never really got a chance to talk about it or make proper tutorial videos. I have, of course, mentioned it. I'm sure I must have shown it in one of my previous videos. I have like more than 1,000 videos, and from time to time I talk about my favorite apps. So Tempo is actually one of my favorite app because it is such a wonderful app. It really solves a problem, and it works. And that is the best part about these apps. You have a tool like Jira, which is wonderful. You can customize it, you can tweak it, you can do a lot of wonderful things with it. But with the help of these apps like ScriptNow for Jira, EasyBI, Tempo, you have a proper, complete project management system that you can use to manage your projects, of course, but actually deliver your work, deliver your projects. And I think that should always be the expectation. When people try to use a tool or any tool, they try to overcomplicate it. They try to just have all the features that can we do this, can we do that. And usually I often work with procurement teams where I have to answer their questionnaire. Okay, can this tool, we are looking for Jira, can it do this, which is fine, but procurement team usually is a bit disconnected with the delivery. And I think when it comes to the delivery, you don't really need a tool. You just need a good team. You need a good manager. You need a great working culture where people can take ownership of their work. And these tools, it could be Jira or any other tool or any of these apps, these are just there to make your life better, or make your let you work efficiently and effectively. All right, so I'll not bore you with my lecture. I will definitely share these apps a bit more into detail. And of course, I've been these days, or in the last few months, I've been talking about EasyBI. Finally, I'm glad I finally was able to create videos on EasyBI. I use EasyBI quite a lot, and I use it like I think I use all the possible features of the tool. A lot of people can use EasyBI to create simple reports, which is in 90% of the cases is all you need. But there are those edge cases where you need to write custom calculations using MDX, and that is really powerful way, and that is going to give you this ability to make any kind of report and get that information that you're looking for, that will help you to make decisions. Because when people look at these reports, they of course want to track what is happening, but ultimately you are taking some decisions over the period of time until you finally deliver, or until you are back on track if things are going out of track. So going back to Tempo, I will now start these videos, and hopefully you will like it. I'm sure you will like it, but do let me know in case you want to cover any other app, or maybe in case you're looking for a specific thing in Tempo. Just like always, if you have any questions, just go to my website ravisagar.in and reach out to me, or ravisagar.in/support. Raise a ticket for me if you want to, if you're looking for a specific help. All right, that is all. That is all I wanted to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.